planning and constantly making sound financial decisions is essential. So I need to keep abreast with upcoming investments, taxes, technology, or entrepreneurship prospects. Interesting, right? So what if I told you by just one click, you can learn from mining, agriculture, tourism, manufacturing services, and yes, entertainment industries. After all, the more you know about money, the better financially you will be. So who are we? What are we about? Millennium TV, your first business and financial news television channel. Catch us on Top Star, Channel 95, or follow us on Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, and YouTube. Millennium TV, we mean business.
Startup, a show that helps you, the SMEs, know the ins and outs of how you can grow your business into a successful enterprise. Catch this every Tuesday at 15 hours right here on Millennium TV with me, Karen Chinda.
Safu yani kwasha 50 ngwe inakwenda pa kwasha atwala mwana olo ine natwala era pano pamene munuona ndine wito ine nyafa asa nisungira bana nindani
ishala ichimwa ndiri mwanetse kulisira iyi siri ko bwino bayinzi so bamabwera pa
ntemze uvinkono meche siri mushiri bad.
Good afternoon. Welcome to Millennium TV, Channel 95 on Topstar. This is the pulse that actually brings you issues that affect you and your community, and you'll be part of our show. I am your host, Matilda.
And I'm Prince Malupanda. You can also find us on social media at Millennium TV Zambia on Facebook, as well as Twitter and YouTube. So on the pulse, we do get to bring you different, we get to bring you Tigulisa, where you come to market your products as a business people, as well as today, which is on a Friday, we have What's On, where we get to look at what is actually going on, what fun you're having. So if you are an event planner and you're having an event, you can come through and let us know this is what we're going to do, this is what we're having, and we will definitely get to cover your event. And yeah, we also get to look at some of the news items that we have, as well as what's trending in the news today, and we do have that, so make sure that you are with us all the way to 14 or 16 and get to see what's actually happening today.
Exactly. So we have a jam-packed show for you today, and to start off, we have our news items, and what is making the headlines this afternoon is screaming at us. The ACC have collected 1.2 million kwacha in form of rentals from the 51 houses that were surrendered to the state because of corruption issues. So that is an issue that is making headlines, and it's quite a scandalous situation. Yeah. So the ACC reports that these are rentals that have been collected from 2019 all the way to 2021, and they, of course, the issue is being appealed. But this is something that they're doing, and also the representative from the ACC is also appreciating, actually urging the new government that's coming in to say they would really appreciate if all state institutions were allowed to operate independently without interference and from the ruling government. So yeah, they're trying to actually, you know, let us feel their weight here a bit.
Yeah. So, and in other stories, most of us saw that video on Facebook that circulated of a policeman that was brutalized, or rather bullied, by some cadres that were actually in the UPND regalia, and was after being bullied, they actually locked him in a restaurant. So that man has been arrested by the police, and yeah, so that's what's happening there. The man has been arrested. That the people that we saw bullying that policeman in that video, that went really viral on social media, seeing that a man, you know, a group of cadres put up next to a policeman and started sort of embarrassing him and beating him and slapping him, and afterwards locked him in a restaurant. So we have that man who's about 29 years old, a Lusaka-based man, who has been arrested today. I don't know if you saw that video of that policeman who was actually being bullied by those men, but
it wasn't anything to be happy.
It wasn't really something that we could be proud of to see as a Zambian who are fighting to you know, deal our way with terrorism as well as violence.
Yes, and also I think that's what part of that type of violence during, as the elections were building up, that election period. I think that is also part of the reason why we see an article in the newspaper that actually says Zambia has dropped in the peaceful environment from number 41 to, I believe, number 71, somewhere there. And it's because of such issues where we actually do see like police are being abused. And that was just one case. I believe there was more than one case.
Yeah, we do have a lot. Actually, we do have a lot of cases that we see that most, or especially these days, people get to look at police like it's nothing. Some time back when you could not touch a policeman like that. You would not touch a policeman in uniform. But unfortunately, people are taking it that far, and that's a result. But the good news is that at the end of the day, that man was arrested, and we're looking forward to what is the outcome in that arrest.
And also, you know, in relation with that story, we also see the police, you know, yesterday's stories, one of the stories we had was that the police took over the councils and markets, and now they've surrendered to the councils. So we are seeing this move by police to kind of, like, you know, restore confidence in the citizens, which is good.
Actually talking about that story in particular, if you've been to Kulimatau, you would find that every entrance of Kulimatau, you would find policemen there.
Really?
Yeah, so the policemen have been stationed at that location, making sure that there's order, as well as people. Actually, the funny thing about it is that the policemen are ensuring that people are in masks.
Oh, nice, nice. And you know, that's one thing that can be easy to really forget to do, because now we are in the post-election season. We're talking about all of these things we're seeing and what we're hoping for. It's easy for us to forget the other war we are fighting, which is the COVID-19 pandemic.
Actually it's still real. It's actually still
really real.
And people are still getting sick of the virus and being. So make sure that you don't leave your home without a mask, and you don't leave your home with that hand sanitizer, or make sure that you do get to wash your hands every time you get the chance to. Yeah,
they say the five rules of COVID. Space, hands, mask up, and distance, and go to the hospital whenever you feel some sort of way. You know, if you're feeling funky, be quick to go to the hospital and have that checked out as soon as possible. Now, in other news, Vice President-elect Ms. Matilda and Lance is actually talking about the support that the supportive environment she's going to create for women to actually just operate in the political arena, and also just in the development arena, so that, you know, women are actually uplifted. You know, one of the articles in yesterday's paper was that there has been a drop of women representatives in parliament. So with her, she's saying, you know, she's showing her stance. She wants to see women, even if not now, but in future, rising to the occasion and taking up these leadership roles, and also, you know, what type of a positive impact it is that she is vice president, or she's vice president-elect, and representing another female vice president that is outgoing, Madam Inonge. So it is a positive thing, and she is actually just, you know, drumming up support to say women should be in leadership, and, you know, encouraging that.
Yeah, we did see women come up and say, we know we're not being represented as we were supposed to be, and the number this time around has dropped. And women are complaining to say, no, there's no representation of women in decision-making positions. So it's a good thing that the new vice president, who is Madam Matilda and Lance, making sure that women are going to be represented as she is sworn into office.
And some argue, actually, I don't know what you think. Do you think, well, there's this statement to say it's possible that women at grassroots level, they are, you know, because in the last elections, I think women were over 50%, which is crazy, because majority of the voters are women, but majority of the candidates are men. So I think those are dynamics we need to also just, you know, look at as a nation. But some argue that it's possible that political parties at grassroots level have a lot of women, and but they do not groom the women to become to take over certain office positions like councillor or MPs, even VPs. Not many of them. Well, VP now we've seen is different, but MPs and council level, we're not seeing women rising to that. So some argue that political parties are actually not grooming the women for these positions. Yeah. What do you think?
Well, I might say that we've seen a lot of women though in being involved in well, political parties. Yeah. If you look at the MMD, if you look at the UPND, if you look at the PF, we have a lot of women that have been representing some of them holding high positions, high decision-making positions. So it's I feel like not many as we are supposed to, but it's a good sign that at the end of the day, women are going to be represented, and like the vice president is saying now that she is going to make sure that women are supported, and we look forward to that. That we see women taking part in most decision making. More
women, because you know it's 50% of the population. Even if we move away from the voter statistics, the population has more women. So meaning more things. We need to hear the voice of this particular segment of our population as well, because it's a huge population. 56% of the voters, I believe, over 50% were women, and also in Zambia, over about 51% of the population is female. So they do have concerns that need to be addressed. Yeah.
So and something that was actually making news, trending, went viral on social media yesterday, is something to do with the Airtel.
Oh yes.
Yeah. So well, that's something that is actually still trending at the moment. People are talking about it. People are going wild about it. What's happening? What's going on? And whatnot. So Airtel Network Zambia has refuted as malicious and mischievous a statement circulating porting that the company has not paid its tax. Yeah, so that's something that is going on right there, and it's obliged rather to the Zambia Revenue Authority, and we've seen some comments on Facebook that are coming through. People are coming through to talk about it, and people are now getting to a point where they feel not safe. Is our money safe? Is it that maybe Airtel money? Because we did have people saying that I couldn't withdraw money from a platform called Patumba, which is a platform for Airtel money. People are saying I couldn't withdraw my money and I couldn't deposit my money as well. So people sort of felt at ease and unease about it, and went to social media and made it viral to say, okay, is it the fact that maybe ZDA, or rather Airtel, is not paying tax, and this is what's happening?
Yeah. What is the way forward? That's a scandal of its own. That's a scandal of its own. The implications of that are crazy. Even imagining that is crazy. Not just on the front of why Airtel is saying refute those stories, they're just rumors, but you know, just the implication of that, because we're now thinking, okay, Airtel is one of the biggest mobile money platforms. So that would be interesting to watch. That's definitely a story I would love to watch and see how it unfolds, because it's crazy. Yeah. What do you think? I think we're talking earlier and we're just saying how crazy the implications of that would be. Yeah.
But well, we did see a statement from
Airtel.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We actually had a statement from Airtel, and we want to hear. Let's hear what that statement has to say. But it's something that is at the moment, up to now, people are very unrested about it, because most of them say, what about my money? Am I safe about my money? Is my money safe? And things like that. But at the moment, let's get to hear what Airtel has to say about it.
Yeah, so Airtel gave a statement which was good. It gave it on time. It gave it yesterday, I believe. Yeah, 19th. So Airtel Network Zambia wishes to clarify to all its stakeholders, who include esteemed customers, not to pay any heed to malicious and mischievous message being circulated regarding its tax liability. So in summary, Airtel has invested a lot of money, in, over $100 million in the last 3 years, building a 100% 4G network to bridge the digital divide. So all financial statements of Airtel Network Zambia are in the public domain by virtue of it being a listed company on the Lusaka Stock Exchange, and they remain committed to continue to work resolutely without any distractions. So that was the statement in summary from Airtel, reassuring us that these are all rumors, and their records are available in the public domain, which is true actually. I've seen a number of their records. Every so often, listed companies actually publish their financials in the newspapers. Yeah,
so that's what we're having for today. We're going to bring it back. Of course, we have to hear what the people are saying. You can still come through and let us know what you think about it, what you feel. And if you're one of those that were saying, is my money safe? So come through on social media. We are actually live on social media, on Facebook at the moment, at Millennium TV Zambia. Leave a comment. Let us know what you feel about these stories. We're going to come back after this short break. When we come back.
Isafu yankwasha ya 50 ngwe inakwera pa wankwasha atwala mwana olo ine natwala ero pano pamene munuona ndine wito ine nyafa asa nitsungira bana nindani
ishala ichimwa ndili mwanetse kulisira iyi siriko bwino bayinzi so bamabwera pa
ntemzuze uvinkolo miche sidi mushiri bad
isafu yankwasha ya 50 ngwe inakwera pa wankwasha atwala mwana olo ine natwala ero pano pamene munuona ndine wito ine nyafa asa nitsungira bana nindani
ishala ichimwa ndili mwanetse kulisira iyi siriko bwino bayinzi so bamabwera pa
ntemzuze uvinkolo miche sidi mushiri bad.
Startup, a show that helps you, the SMEs, know the ins and outs of how you can grow your business into a successful enterprise. Catch this every Tuesday at 15 hours right here on Millennium TV with me, Karen Chinda.
Millennium TV is officially everywhere.
Everywhere.
Everywhere? Everywhere.
Everywhere in Zambia.
From the north, south, east, and west, Millennium TV is bringing to you the latest updates in the business world and current affairs, in local and international news.
New developmental activities in the farming sector, as well as how you can make a profit in farming.
We come at the very center of your hustle to find you to tell us your story.
How you can develop your business and principles to real success from the men and women who inspire us.
That's true. We make sure that you have the latest information on stocks and commodities, both on local and international markets.
We mean business here, but we don't want you to miss on our entertainment shows. So, if you are in Lusaka,
Kitwe, Kabwe, Ndola, Chingola, Kafue, Chipata, Solwezi, Mongo, the tourist city, Livingston, Choma, Kasama, Chinsali, and Mazabuga.
Tune in to your first interactive business and financial news channel. Who knows? You might learn.
Isafu yankwasha ya 50 ngwe inakwera pa wankwasha atwala mwana olo ine natwala ero pano pamene munuona ndine wito ine nyafa asa nitsungira bana nindani
ishala ichimwa ndili mwanetse kulisira iyi siriko bwino bayinzi so bamabwera pa
ntemzuze uvinkolo miche sidi mushiri bad.
Welcome back. This is The Pulse on Millennium TV, channel 95 on Top Star. So if you're joining us, welcome. And if you're coming back with us from the break, awesome to have you continuing with us this afternoon. So online today, we have Peter Nawa, who is going to be here to discuss with us the likelihood or the benefits or the challenges
Running
what
a business.
you're running
Yeah.
of starting a business actually
during this transition period. Yeah.
During this transition period. So Peter Nawa is from BongoHive, which is an incubation center for small businesses. Hi, Peter. How are you?
I'm all right, thank you. How are you doing? I hope you can hear me loud and clear.
You.
We're good. Good to have you on the show today.
It's a pleasure to be on.
All right, so of course we are now in a transitional period, and we've seen some businesses, well, closing, and well, others are opening, but others are closing because of the transitional period. And we know that BongoHive is more focused on incubating businesses, as per se. What would you say? How would a startup run business during this transitional period? If we can start from there.
Yes, thank you for that question. So I'm the entrepreneurship lead at BongoHive, and I work with a number of businesses. So if you know that with election period, anytime there are elections, the challenge is the uncertainty. And now that we have gone past the election phase, we know who will be president, and it gives a little bit more stability because people will know what type of policies they would expect based on their manifestos and what they were talking about. We can currently see right now that, for instance, the kwacha has been appreciating, which is twofold. So you've got those people who are importing products and services. It's good for them because business has become cheaper, whereas those who are exporting, it is now more expensive. The products in Zambia are more expensive, and therefore they have to go back to the drawing board and work on their budgets, on their cash flows. So during this period, I think at this point, now that we are past the election phase, I think businesses can now begin to make more solid plans, make more better budgets, and it gives them, I think, a little bit more breathing space, because during that short period, during the period of elections, I think there's a lot of uncertainty. So people don't know whether they will invest, what sectors to invest in. But now I feel like, especially speaking from the SME side, and I'll just say that I think one of the breaking points, or one of the issues that challenge SMEs, whether you're a cross-border trader, whether you have a grocery store, is uncertainty. And when the economy is not stable, whether it is prices, it's a huge challenge. But I hope with that, we shall be able to move forward and businesses will be able to thrive.
So you come, by the way, you're an author as well, which is great. And you come from this background where you encourage startups. Now, during this transition period, and somebody wants to start their business, what would you advise them to do? Not necessarily the type of business, as they're waiting for this stability to kind of set in. What can somebody do?
I think it's a lot of it has to do with research. There are a lot of people who have brilliant ideas, but when you speak to them, say, okay, what research have you done? Who have you spoken to? How many people do you think would be interested in your product? Who else is doing something similar? Just getting to know such type of things would be very good. And a lot of people have a lot of ideas, but one of the challenges that they have is they have too many ideas. So it's around now zeroing in on something that can do very well, and that you can do and provide good quality, provide a good service, a good product. And for me, at this point, that would be it. I would say research and continue reading the news, because a lot of things are changing between now and until the ministers are put in place. There'll be a lot of changes, a lot of shifts. So you don't want to make a decision fully now, but keep your toe on what's happening in the economy, read the news, listen to Millennium TV, right? So that you can be able to get to know what's happening on the market before you come into a decision that you will make for your business.
Now we see, recently we did have that internet issue, and a lot of businesses kind of got affected by that. As we are in this transitional period, would you say it's safe for somebody to start a business now? As BongoHive, would you advise someone to start a business now?
Yes, I mean, and I think everybody will say with businesses, it's all about opportunity. It's always about you finding the right product market fit, always finding a problem to solve. So people will tell you that, for instance, during the recession, it's not a good time to make money. But if you look at it, it's always like a cycle. Somebody is making money during that period. If you look at the period when we had COVID, there was a shutdown. Some businesses were not making money. Others were thriving, right? You think of your edtech businesses, you think of your logistics companies, they were thriving during that period, whereas your type of restaurants, your nightclubs, perhaps had a downturn in terms of business. So I would not say there's ever a right time or not, but for now, I would say it's the right time, I think, to make a decision. It's not like the results have been disputed. There's no chaos happening. It's pretty much stable now, and therefore, I think people can be able to make plans and move forward with whatever business plans they have. The only thing that, like I said, that they'll need to make be careful with or before making decisions are things that would affect or impact your business. So if you are a business that relies heavily on importing or exporting, you have to put your pulse on the currency at this point, because it's very important, because that keeps on changing. So it's just depending on what type of business you want to start and the sectors you want to go in. So I think it's a good time, I would feel. There's never really a bad time to start a business.
Great, thank you for that answer. Now, when we look at SMEs, and we see in a number of developed nations that SMEs are a serious force to reckon with. They are drivers of the economy. How important is it? Could you just clarify for our viewers, so that if there's somebody at home sitting on their idea and doubting and thinking maybe not me, could you encourage them, just how important it is that they start and they come and, be incubated with you?
Yes, definitely. I always feel that you want to start in terms of businesses is you don't want to be the type of person who holds onto an idea and then you see somebody else executing it. And then you think, I had that idea, right?
Yeah.
So business ideas are not personal to Hoda. They don't just drop on you. They drop on many people. So the one who executes it first is most likely the one to be either successful, or even if they do fail, but at least they would have answered that question of what if? What if I did this and I tried? And I always tell people, sometimes do not wait too long on your business. Fail forward, fail fast, learn, pick yourself up, and move forward, right? And when it comes to SMEs, they're a very integral part to this economy and to any economy around the world. In Zambia, for example, I'll use this example of, we assume that commercial farmers are the ones who feed the nation, but it's really not. It's the rural farmers, the subsistence farmers who feed the nation, who produce much of the maize that we use. In the same vein, it's the bulk of the entrepreneurs. One job created makes a huge difference. Someone who employs 2 people, if you have 1,000 of them, can you imagine how many jobs are created? Each person who creates a business is one less person looking for a job, right? Is one less statistic. So you'd have to think of it in that type of line, in where we need to really encourage entrepreneurs, and it could be, again, in many fields that they can get into. If you're able to start a job, start a business, start a service, start a product, it is encouraged. You face challenges. It's not always easy, but I always feel that if you persevere, if you persist, you can see that even our president-elect stood how many times? Over five times, right? And he's finally made it. So it's something with business. Keep knocking at the doors, keep falling forward, and keep learning, and eventually you will succeed.
Actually, it's good that you've mentioned challenges that most businesses, especially SMEs, go through. You've mentioned something that they go through challenges, and well, now we're transitioning into a new government, and you as BongoHive, Peter, you would know better what SMEs go through in terms of challenges. What makes them not? Because we do know that a lot of SMEs fail to sort of push their business further. A lot of SMEs fail to make their business successful. Now, as we are going into a new government, what are some of the things that would be put in place that would help young entrepreneurs, SMEs thrive in their business? What are some of the measures that the government can put in place that would help our now business men and women that are starting these small businesses, help them grow as well as just be sustainable in the market?
I think for me, one request, having spoken to a number of SMEs, working with a number of SMEs, I think it is cardinal that there is some form of stability, getting a hold on things like inflation, getting a hold on things like the exchange rate, because you find that somebody will give a quote today, right? A quote, let's say, for 10,000 kwacha. And as of today, it would be correct. But then if prices change drastically due to inflation, you find the time the person or the client comes and says, I want this product, the prices have already moved and shifted, which impacts people's businesses. So just getting to that stability, I think, is very important, and it would be important for government to kind of secure that. And I'm glad that the president-elect has spoken a lot about that kind of stability in it. The other, for me, I think, would be a lot of SMEs are just starting out, and already for a number of SMEs, there's a lot of regulatory things they have to pay for. Either it's licenses with ZRA licenses, either with PACRA. So those are costs to a business that may not be sure whether they'll succeed or they'll thrive or work. And for most of them also, it is also not knowing what regulations are. Someone will start operating and then they'll just say, oh, do you have this license? You don't have, shut down. And yet this person has invested so much, whether it's machinery, equipment, or resources. So just trying to streamline or reduce some of those requirements, even for a period of a year, 6 months, while someone is trying to get on their feet and trying to know whether this business is headed somewhere. So that is very important. Of course, there are some fragile sectors, such as, let's say, food, chemicals, that really do need standards to be adhered to, but there are certain aspects that are low risk that I think can be given an allowance of not always these heavy-handed regulatory requirements that would impact negatively on their businesses.
Thank you so much. You know, your explanation is amazing, because just yesterday there was an article talking about how expensive it is to actually start a business in Zambia. And you're in the SME sector, you're an incubation place, and you are actually even confirming that this is something maybe the government should look into, making it cheaper to encourage more SMEs to get in their risk, you know, a lot of their investments and gamble to see if their business is actually viable or not. Now, before you actually leave us, would you tell us what it is you do at BongoHive?
Yes, so BongoHive is a technology incubation hub, and we always say we work with great minds building viable solutions that change the world. So we work with entrepreneurs from various sectors, from early stage all the way to getting them investor ready. And we do this through a number of programs that we have. If you visit our social media platforms right now, we're advertising for a program related to fintech that we're doing with FSDZ. We have one coming up with AGS. So those are all programs that businesses can get into. And these programs are pretty much, they would learn the aspects of business. We provide the support from legal to accounting to marketing to make sure that you are at the best footing to succeed. So we try to give you this support. And oftentimes, business can be very lonely, can be very difficult, but you are in this cohort with other entrepreneurs going through the same struggles. You can rely on each other, you can network, and you can grow. So we always provide what we call, in essence, business development support for entrepreneurs. And we always encourage, when entrepreneurs thrive, we also thrive as BongoHive. So that is what we always look out for.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Peter, for coming through here on The Pulse. We do appreciate you taking your time to be with us here today.
Thank you very much for having me.
And I actually wanted to let you know that I saw your advert in the paper about the ICT program and is it AGS? Awesome stuff.
Yes.
Wish you all the best.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
And I'm waiting for the next book.
I'm on it.
That's Peter Nawa from BongoHive, an incubation hub that makes sure that you, the business startups, you are in the right place. BongoHive really does a great job in ensuring that SMEs thrive in their businesses. We have seen a lot of results from BongoHive. So if you are a business out there, a startup out there, check out their website, check out what they're doing, and maybe it might be something that you would want to be part of.
Yes, definitely. And once you apply, I'm sure they can give you a response. Or if you're able to, you can get to their location. I don't know with the COVID restrictions, but they're located somewhere in mass media. So they do awesome work, and we're grateful for them.
Right, so you're still watching The Pulse here on Millennium TV. We'll get into Tigulisa very soon, where you, the business people out there, can come through and market your business as well as look at what's on. We do have someone who will be having an event quite soon, so we will have them come on and tell us what the event is. And at the later on, we will get to show some highlights of the event when that event happens. So if you, like I always say, if you are an event planner out there and you want to sort of market your event or sort of highlight your event, we are here, so you can make sure that you come through via our social media platforms. That's at Millennium TV Zambia. Tell us what you are doing, what is going on, and we'll get to send someone that will come through and just be part of you, as well as, well, showcase it here on the Pulse.
Definitely. So also we will be going on a short break, but please remember you can be part of our show by calling the number on your screen, or you can send a comment on our social media platforms. When we come back, we're going to be looking at the kwacha and its fluctuations. That is one of our trending topics, so we will be discussing that shortly after this break. So stay tuned. We will see you in a bit.
Isafu yani kwacha ya 50 ngwe inapepa yani kwacha atwala mwana olo ine natwala ero pano pamene munuona ndine wito ine nyafa asa nisungira bana nindani
ishala ichimwa ndiri mwanetse kulisira iyi siriko bwino bayinzi so bamabwera pa
ntebuze over inkono meche sidi mushi.
Millennium TV is officially everywhere.
Everywhere.
Everywhere? Everywhere.
Everywhere in Zambia.
From the north, south, east, and west, Millennium TV is bringing to you the latest updates in the business world and current affairs, in local and international news.
New developmental activities in the farming sector, as well as how you can make a profit in farming.
We come at the very center of your hustle to find you to tell us your story.
How you can develop your business and principles to real success from the men and women who inspire us.
That's true. We make sure that you have the latest information on stocks and commodities, both on local and international markets.
We mean business here, but we don't want you to miss on our entertainment shows. So, if you are in Lusaka,
Kitwe, Kabwe, Ndola, Chingola, Kafyowe, Chipata, Solwezi, Mungu, the tourist city, Livingston, Choma, Kasama, Chinsali, and Mazabuka.
Tune in to your first interactive business and financial news channel. Who knows? You might learn one or two things.
Millennium TV. We mean business. Who are we? What are we about? Say you want to learn about business or get latest news updates in business news, social and economic issues, stock exchange, latest exchange rates, and all financial matters, or you want to learn on how to manage your money from savings, banking, insurance, to maybe our new traditional way of doing things like village banking. And if you're like me, planning and constantly making sound financial decisions is essential. So I need to keep abreast with upcoming investments, taxes, technology, or entrepreneurship prospects. Interesting, right? So what if I told you by just one click you can learn from mining, agriculture, tourism, manufacturing services, and yes, entertainment industries. After all, the more you know about money, the better financially you will be. So who are we? What are we about? Millennium TV, your first business and financial news television channel. Catch us on Top Star, Channel 95, or follow us on Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, and YouTube. Millennium TV, we mean business.
Startup, a show that helps you, the SMEs, know the ins and outs of how you can grow your business into a successful enterprise. Catch this every Tuesday at 15 hours right here on Millennium TV with me, Karen Chinda.
Millennium TV is officially everywhere.
Everywhere.
Everywhere? Everywhere.
Everywhere in Zambia.
From the north, south, east, and west, Millennium TV is bringing to you the latest updates in the business world and current affairs, in local and international news.
New developmental activities in the farming sector, as well as how you can make a profit in farming.
We come at the very center of your hustle to find you to tell us your story.
How you can develop your business and principles to real success, from the men and women who inspire us.
That's true. We make sure that you have the latest information on stocks and commodities, both on local and international markets.
We mean business here, but we don't want you to miss on our entertainment shows. So, if you are in Lusaka,
Kitwe, Kabwe, Ndola, Chingola, Kafyowe, Chipata, Solwezi, Mongu, the tourist city, Livingston, Choma, Kasama, Chinsali, and Mazabuga.
Tune in to your first interactive business and financial news channel. Who knows, you might learn one or two things.
Millennium TV. We mean business. Who are we? What are we about? Say you want to learn about business or get latest news updates in business news, social and economic issues, stock exchange, latest exchange rates, and all financial matters, or you want to learn on how to manage your money from savings, banking, insurance, to maybe our new traditional way of doing things like village banking. And if you're like me, planning and constantly making sound financial decisions is essential. So I need to keep abreast with upcoming investments, taxes, technology, or entrepreneurship prospects. Interesting, right? So what if I told you by just one click you can learn from mining, agriculture, tourism, manufacturing services, and yes, entertainment industries. After all, the more you know about money, the better financially you will be. So who are we? What are we about? Millennium TV, your first business and financial news television channel. Catch us on Top Star, Channel 95, or follow us on Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, and YouTube. Millennium TV, we mean business.
Startup, a show that helps you, the SMEs, know the ins and outs of how you can grow your business into a successful enterprise. Catch this every Tuesday at 15 hours right here on Millennium TV with me, Karen Chinda.
Millennium TV is officially everywhere.
Everywhere.
Everywhere? Everywhere.
Everywhere in Zambia.
From the north, south, east, and west, Millennium TV is bringing to you the latest updates in the business world and current affairs, in local and international news.
New developmental activities in the farming sector, as well as how you can make a profit in farming.
We come at the very center of your hustle to find you to tell us your story.
How you can develop your business and principles to real success, from the men and women who inspire us.
That's true. We make sure that you have the latest information on stocks and commodities, both on local and international markets.
We mean business here, but we don't want you to miss on our entertainment shows. So, if you are in Lusaka,
Kitwe, Kabwe, Ndola, Chingola, Kafyowe, Chipata, Solwezi, Mongu, the tourist city, Livingston, Choma, Kasama, Chinsali, and Mazabuga.
Tune in to your first interactive business and financial news channel. Who knows, you might learn one or two things.
Millennium TV, we mean business. Who are we? What are we about? Say you want to learn about business or get latest news updates in business news, social and economic issues, stock exchange, latest exchange rates, and all financial matters, or you want to learn on how to manage your money from savings, banking, insurance, to maybe our new traditional way of doing things like village banking. And if you're like me, planning and constantly making sound financial decisions is essential. So I need to keep abreast with upcoming investments, taxes, technology, or entrepreneurship prospects. Interesting, right? So what if I told you by just one click you can learn from mining, agriculture, tourism, manufacturing services, and yes, entertainment industries. After all, the more you know about money, the better financially you will be. So who are we? What are we about? Millennium TV, your first business and financial news television channel. Catch us on Top Star, Channel 95, or follow us on Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, and YouTube. Millennium TV, we mean business.
Startup, a show that helps you, the SMEs, know the ins and outs of how you can grow your business into a successful enterprise. Catch this every Tuesday at 15 hours right here on Millennium TV with me, Karen Chinda.
Millennium TV is officially everywhere.
Everywhere.
Everywhere? Everywhere.
Everywhere in Zambia.
From the north, south, east, and west, Millennium TV is bringing to you the latest updates in the business world and current affairs in local and international news.
New developmental activities in the farming sector, as well as how you can make a profit in farming.
We come at the very center of your hustle to find you to tell us your story.
How you can develop your business and principles to real success from the men and women who inspire us.
That's true. We make sure that you have the latest information on stocks and commodities, both on local and international markets.
We mean business here, but we don't want you to miss on our entertainment shows. So, if you are in Lusaka,
Kitwe, Kabwe, Ndola, Chingola, Kafue, Chipata, Solwezi, Mongo, the tourist city, Livingston, Choma, Kasama, Chisali, and Mazabuga.
Tune in to your first interactive business and financial news channel. Who knows, you might learn one or two things.
Millennium TV, we mean business. Who are we? What are we about? Say you want to learn about business or get latest news updates in business news, social and economic issues, stock exchange, latest exchange rates, and all financial matters, or you want to learn on how to manage your money from savings, banking, insurance, to maybe our new traditional way of doing things like village banking. And if you're like me, planning and constantly making sound financial decisions is essential. So I need to keep abreast with upcoming investments, taxes, technology, or entrepreneurship prospects. Interesting, right? So what if I told you by just one click you can learn from mining, agriculture, tourism, manufacturing services, and yes, entertainment industries. After all, the more you know about money, the better financially you will be. So who are we? What are we about? Millennium TV, your first business and financial news television channel. Catch us on Top Star, Channel 95, or follow us on Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, and YouTube. Millennium TV, we mean business.
Startup, a show that helps you, the SMEs, know the ins and outs of how you can grow your business into a successful enterprise. Catch this every Tuesday at 15 hours right here on Millennium TV with me, Karen Chinda.
Millennium TV is officially everywhere.
Everywhere.
Everywhere? Everywhere.
Everywhere in Zambia.
From the north, south, east, and west, Millennium TV is bringing to you the latest updates in the business world and current affairs, in local and international news.
New developmental activities in the farming sector, as well as how you can make a profit in farming.
We come at the very center of your hustle to find you to tell us your story.
How you can develop your business and principles to real success, from the men and women who inspire us.
That's true. We make sure that you have the latest information on stocks and commodities, both on local and international markets.
We mean business here, but we don't want you to miss on our entertainment shows. So, if you are in Lusaka,
Kitwe, Kabwe, Ndola, Chingola, Kafyowe, Chipata, Solwezi, Mongo, the tourist city, Livingston, Choma, Kasama, Chinsali, and Mazabuga.
Tune in to your first interactive business and financial news channel. Who knows, you might learn one or two things.
Millennium TV. We mean business. Who are we? What are we about? Say you want to learn about business or get latest news updates in business news, social and economic issues, stock exchange, latest exchange rates, and all financial matters, or you want to learn on how to manage your money from savings, banking, insurance, to maybe our new traditional way of doing things like village banking. And if you're like me, planning and constantly making sound financial decisions is essential. So I need to keep abreast with upcoming investments, taxes, technology, or entrepreneurship prospects. Interesting, right? So what if I told you by just one click you can learn from mining, agriculture, tourism, manufacturing services, and yes, entertainment industries. After all, the more you know about money, the better financially you will be. So who are we? What are we about? Millennium TV, your first business and financial news television channel. Catch us on Top Star, Channel 95, or follow us on Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, and YouTube. Millennium TV, we mean business.
Startup, a show that helps you, the SMEs, know the ins and outs of how you can grow your business into a successful enterprise. Catch this every Tuesday at 15 hours right here on Millennium TV with me, Karen Chinda.
Millennium TV is officially everywhere.
Everywhere.
Everywhere? Everywhere.
Everywhere in Zambia.
From the north, south, east, and west, Millennium TV is bringing to you the latest updates in the business world and current affairs, in local and international news.
New developmental activities in the farming sector, as well as how you can make a profit in farming.
We come at the very center of your hustle to find you to tell us your story.
How you can develop your business and principles to real success, from the men and women who inspire us.
That's true. We make sure that you have the latest information on stocks and commodities, both on local and international markets.
We mean business here, but we don't want you to miss on our entertainment shows. So, if you are in Lusaka,
Kitwe, Kabwe, Ndola, Chingola, Kafyowe, Chipata, Solwezi, Mongo, the tourist city, Livingston, Choma, Kasama, Chinsali, and Mazabuga.
Tune in to your first interactive business and financial news channel. Who knows, you might learn one or two things.
Millennium TV, we mean business. Who are we? What are we about? Say you want to learn about business or get latest news updates in business news, social and economic issues, stock exchange, latest exchange rates, and all financial matters, or you want to learn on how to manage your money from savings, banking, insurance, to maybe our new traditional way of doing things like village banking. And if you're like me, planning and constantly making sound financial decisions is essential. So I need to keep abreast with upcoming investments, taxes, technology, or entrepreneurship prospects. Interesting, right? So what if I told you by just one click you can learn from mining, agriculture, tourism, manufacturing services, and yes, entertainment industries. After all, the more you know about money, the better financially you will be. So who are we? What are we about? Millennium TV, your first business and financial news television channel. Catch us on Top Star, Channel 95, or follow us on Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, and YouTube. Millennium TV, we mean business.
Startup, a show that helps you, the SMEs, know the ins and outs of how you can grow your business into a successful enterprise. Catch this every Tuesday at 15 hours right here on Millennium TV with me, Karen Chinda.
Millennium TV is officially everywhere.
Everywhere.
Everywhere? Everywhere.
Everywhere in Zambia.
From the north, south, east, and west, Millennium TV is bringing to you the latest updates in the business world and current affairs in local and international news.
New developmental activities in the farming sector, as well as how you can make a profit in farming.
We come at the very center of your hustle to find you to tell us your story.
How you can develop your business and principles to real success from the men and women who inspire us.
That's true. We make sure that you have the latest information on stocks and commodities, both on local and international markets.
We mean business here, but we don't want you to miss on our entertainment shows. So, if you are in Lusaka,
Kitwe, Kabwe, Ndola, Chingola, Kafue, Chipata, Solwezi, Mongo, the tourist city, Livingston, Choma, Kasama, Chinsali, and Mazabuga.
Tune in to your first interactive business and financial news channel. Who knows, you might learn one or two things.
Millennium TV, we mean business. Who are we? What are we about? Say you want to learn about business or get latest news updates in business news, social and economic issues, stock exchange, latest exchange rates, and all financial matters, or you want to learn on how to manage your money from savings, banking, insurance, to maybe our new traditional way of doing things like village banking. And if you're like me, planning and constantly making sound financial decisions is essential. So I need to keep abreast with upcoming investments, taxes, technology, or entrepreneurship prospects. Interesting, right? So what if I told you by just one click you can learn from mining, agriculture, tourism, manufacturing services, and yes, entertainment industries. After all, the more you know about money, the better financially you will be. So who are we? What are we about? Millennium TV, your first business and financial news television channel. Catch us on Top Star, Channel 95, or follow us on Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, and YouTube. Millennium TV, we mean business.
Isafu yani kwasha 50 ngwe inakwenda pa wani kwasha atwala mwana olo ine natwala era pano pamene munuona ndine wito ine nyafa asa nisungira bana nindani
Ishala ichimwa ndili mwanete kulisira hii siri kwa bwino bayinzi so bamabwera pa
Welcome back. You are still here on Millennium TV on the Pulse. We bring it to you every day. Make sure that you join us every single day at 14. And we do get to bring you so many things here on the Pulse to do with information concerning what's going on in your neighborhood as well as the country at large. as well as bring you Tigulisa, what's on, and so on and so forth. So just make sure that you are with us all the way here on the Pulse every single day. Make sure that you make it a date. Make sure that it's a part of you.
Yeah.
All right, so you can find us on our social media platform. Right now, we are live on Facebook, so make sure that you are part of us by going through that platform and commenting about any of the topics that we've talked about today.
Yeah, definitely. So today is Friday.
Yeah.
What events have you, because usually Friday is like, thank God it's Friday.
Yeah.
I'm excited it's Friday.
Friday.
And what events have you been to in the recent past?
Whew. Yeah. Events. I've not been to some events for a long time.
Like what's an event?
Like I've not been to an event for...
Because I think the closest I've come to events ever since the pandemic has been weddings.
Yeah, those
numbers. Yeah,
those. I mean, those are, well, you can't run out. Actually, I was from a wedding recently. One of my brothers was getting married, and it was fun. That's some fun I had in a long time. What about you?
I haven't been. The last one I attended was a wedding. It was end of in December last year. It was also my brother's wedding, and I haven't, even before then, I haven't been able to attend any event like a concert or things like that. Or just COVID, you know. Even I was actually, when the restrictions were relaxed a bit, even I was uncomfortable with attending functions, so I didn't really go. So today when we're talking like, which event have you been to? I was like, I don't even know what an event is.
I don't even know what an event is. But, well, not the same for our guest on What's On today. Who's actually having an event pretty soon. And is going to be joining us on today's What's On, just to talk about what he's been doing and what event he is going to do recently. Well, not recently, but soon. So as you can see, that's Baddest M. He goes by the name Baddest M. He's a promoter, he's an event planner, as well as someone who's actually putting a really cool event together. He's going to explain himself, explain what the event is. So let's, event. Baddest, what's up, man?
How's the day?
Bro, what's, what event are you holding at the moment? And before we even get to that, how long have you been doing events?
Well, honestly, this is like my third event.
Third event?
Exciting. And I can actually see
event.
from your attire, you look super cool. I'm even wondering, are we cool enough to be interviewing you?
Thank you so much.
I don't know.
Yeah, okay,
all right, so what are some of the events that you've done? What are some of the events, roughly, what are some of the events that you've mentioned 3 of them. What are some of the events that you have done in the past?
Okay, so out of the 3 events, these ones were events that have helped people because following like my media platforms, I influence a lot of teenagers. So when I say I'm going to a party, a lot of teenagers will want to go to the party because they'll assume it's lit. You know what I'm saying? So like that, I helped people, and I could tell I could also do it myself, you know.
So like events usually involve a lot of socializing, and as we were discussing earlier, with the COVID pandemic, we found it a bit hard. Would you tell us how easy or hard it's been for you to actually organize the events you'd like because of the restrictions? How has that affected the way you do your business?
Well, it has affected a lot, because, you know, in as much as COVID, okay, there's also this economic thingy where people don't even have money to sustain their own lives. So it's even going to be harder for them to save money for a party. So now, you know, the only advantage we have is social media. In as much as people are not moving around, there's social media where everyone is. So we just have to wait for that time where it's now going to open and say, let's host an event. And luckily and God willingly, this time has come. it wasn't really easy to advertise. Yeah, we got enough people to. We got D&D media sharing. We got artists sharing. You know, it's not really easy because it looks easy on the side of people looking at it, but then the work that you have to put in, because seeing the party being a neon themed party, we have a lot of stuff going on. We need to make sure everything is glowing, you know. So it's hard. It's all.
It's interesting that you must say it looks easy on the surface, because it really, really does. Though I know it's a lot of work promoting.
Yeah.
So kudos to you. It's an awesome job you're doing. But you mentioned something also about social media, and you know, social media is like the new place. Everybody's on it. Have you managed?
Shop,
have you managed to host like an online party, a virtual event? Have you managed to do one of those? And if so, how did it work out?
Well, like, you know how it is, yeah? Like I told you, I've only done 3 events, so it's one after the other, one after, like, step by step. The parties before we had were not themed, but then now I'm with the new banger where we have a themed, which is a neon themed party, to just kick it off nicely, because this is something that I'm hosting and we need to make sure that it's better than before, like something we've done before, okay? So with time, if we see that the COVID-19, the COVID pandemic is big and doesn't have any room for us event planners, we'll obviously get people stuff online, okay? But then where it's going to be hard is how do we gain from that? In as much as we get views and all that, really going to pay and putting in the work of paying the artists, you know, getting them to do visuals, to advertise, to let people know and stuff.
Wow. Awesome stuff that you're talking about there. But let's get to this event that you'll be having, which you're calling the Black Light Unleashed. Man, run us through what is this event all about?
Hello? I think he's frozen a little bit, but...
Yeah, so Baddest M seems to be having a bit of some technical issues there, but we'll get back to him as soon as he gets his probably internet right back in order. But as you can see, he's a really young man, and doing some amazing stuff right there. Not limiting himself to say, I'm young. And
exactly, and it's so inspiring. First of all, I need to talk about his swag.
Something that you were,
I like that. He's very, just youthful, vibrant, and just expressing himself. Really nice swag. And also, like you're saying, he is taking advantage of his environment. He is making money, working hard. And he mentioned he is a promoter, but it's hard work. It's a commitment. And for someone that young to be doing that, the only direction from there is up, obviously, because he's learning the business ethics. He's learning entrepreneurship skills at a young age. What more when he's older? He's going to be doing some awesome things. But the one thing I was wondering about the whole time, and I wanted to ask him, of which I hope I'll ask him when he comes back, is how he got his name, how he came up with his name.
That's
something
so
creative, like Baddest M.
Well, actually, Baddest M is a content creator. So if you go through his social media platforms at Baddest M on Facebook, you will see some of the content that he is creating. He's a TikToker.
Oh, okay.
Probably you are one.
Yes, I'm one as well. So he's I need to find him on TikTok. I just like, yo, do you remember we had an interview? Because I'm a TikToker and we have so much fun.
Some really great content that he's doing there. But at the end of the day, we're looking at this event is hosting, which will be on the 28th of August, and it's going to be at Wayaya.
Okay.
Yeah, it's going to be at Wayaya. It's called the Black Light Unleashed. So it's going to be themed, like I saw on his media page. He was putting on some those glow lights.
Oh, so it's like a
yeah,
neon thing.
Yeah. But one thing I wanted to ask him is that how is he going to handle this COVID situation? I hope he's going to come back and we continue having this discussion. But some of the lineups that he has as performing acts, the likes of Jedi, as well as Kalu Vibes. I've seen a lot of artists that are going to support that event itself. So it's not only going to be an event that is going to be himself and maybe his friends and whatnot. So there's going to be some artists that are going to pull up there and make sure that the event is fun. So make sure that you get your tickets. The tickets entry, they're saying the tickets are at 80 kwacha each. So make sure that you find yourself at Wayaya on the 28th of October. But for now, let's go on a show.
October or August?
August, rather.
Oh,
August.
So I really do hope he comes back, though, so that we ask him our burning questions.
Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to that show, actually.
Yeah, but for now, let's go on a short break, and when we come back, we'll see if we can get him online.
Yeah.
Isafu yani kwasha ya 50 ngwe inakwera pa wani kwasha atwala mwana olo ine natwala ero pano pamene munuona ndine wito ine nyafa asa nisungira bana nindani
ishala ichi mwandiri mwanete kulisira iyi siriko bwino bayinzi so bamabwera pa
ntemzuze uve inkono meche sidi mushiri bad.
Who are we? What are we about? Say you want to learn about business or get latest news updates in business news, social and economic issues, stock exchange, latest exchange rates, and all financial matters, or you want to learn on how to manage your money from savings, banking, insurance, to maybe our new traditional way of doing things like village banking. And if you're like me, planning and constantly making sound financial decisions is essential. So I need to keep abreast with upcoming investments, taxes, technology, or entrepreneurship prospects. Interesting, right? So what if I told you by just one click you can learn from mining, agriculture, tourism, manufacturing services, and yes, entertainment industries. After all, the more you know about money, the better financially you will be. So who are we? What are we about? Millennium TV, your first business and financial news television channel. Catch us on Top Star, Channel 95, or follow us on Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, and YouTube. Millennium TV, we mean business.
Startup, a show that helps you, the SMEs, know the ins and outs of how you can grow your business into a successful enterprise. Catch this every Tuesday at 15 hours right here on Millennium TV with me, Karen Chinda.
Isafu yani kwasha ya 50 ngwe inakwera pa wani kwasha atwala mwana olo ine natwala ero pano pamene munuona ndine wito ine nyafa asa nisungira bana nindani
ishala ichi mwandiri mwanete kulisira iyi siriko bwino bayinzi so bamabwera pa
ntemzuze uve inkono meche sidi mushiri bad.
And we're back here on Millennium TV Channel 95 on Topstar, and hoping that we have Baddest M online now so that we can fire him some questions as we still have on his event. Baddest M is having an event that will be held on the 28th of August. So make sure that on the 28th of August you find yourself at Wayaya.
Oh, he's back.
So here he is.
So, Baddest M, welcome back. We have some burning questions, and of course, one of them is one of the questions that we have is, how are you going around the COVID restrictions?
All right, so the most interesting part, what I want to hear from you is what's your lineup like? Who's going to come and perform at this event? Can't hear. right, man. Good to have you on the show.
One more question.
Yeah.
A light question. How did you come up with the name Baddest M? Like, that's so creative.
All right, man. Thank you so much for joining us here on About the Pulse. We really do appreciate, and hoping to be part of that event so that we can bring it here live again. All right, so that was Baddest M there, who's hosting the Black Light Unleashed, something that you have to look out for on the 28th of August. Make sure that you're part of that show. You can go through and get your tickets at only 80 kwacha. So make sure that you support these arts, man. Make sure that you support these arts. But let's get into our trending topics for today, and hoping that you can come through as well and contribute in what's trending for today via our social media platforms at Millennium TV Zambia on Facebook, as well as just WhatsApp or call us on that number that's on your screen at the moment. So what is trending on
the kwacha?
Today?
The kwacha is trending.
Yeah.
What else can be trending? Like,
yeah.
Okay, we have other things trending, but the kwacha has got us feeling some sort of way.
Yeah.
You know, you go to sleep, it's at one price, you wake up, it's at another.
Yeah.
So yesterday we had a financial analyst. If you missed that session, if you missed that interview we had, you can find it on our Facebook page. And today we had Peter Nawa as well, who was mentioning that a stable kwacha is actually beneficial for actually not a number, but for SMEs. So today we're looking at the trending topic, which is the kwacha. How is it performing? What do you think about it, Prince?
Man, like you've referred to yesterday's interview. Someone was actually saying that because we do know that a lot of people are started saving their money in dollar, and just after seeing that dollar is now, kwacha is now gaining against dollar and appreciating against dollar, people are now, withdrawing their dollar account and having that kwacha in their money. So what's actually now people are talking about is that when I woke up, I had a 20,000 kwacha, and now I'm eating lunch. I have a 15,000 kwacha because the dollar has gained, and so it's really not. At the moment, it's really not.
Because imagine, at least even in the situation you talk about at 20, imagine people that bought, let's say, the time when the dollar was going for 22 kwacha, or let's just say 23 kwacha, before elections. That time it was 23 kwacha or 22 something, and then they bought $1,000. So they bought it at 22,000 kwacha. This is just an example, 22,000 kwacha, because then it was at that much. And then now that the dollar is at 17 kwacha, 17 ngwe, that 1,000 kwacha, you have lost out money. It means that that $1,000 is now at 17,700. You've lost like almost a 5,000, right? That's crazy, but that's the risk. That's the game. It's the name of the game. When if the dollar appreciated against the kwacha, let's say it went to a higher amount, this person would have made a gain. So the game is wild. It's crazy.
Yeah. So, but other people are saying that because I can see some of the comments that are coming through here. Ruth is saying that heading towards the right direction.
Yeah.
But well, in this regard, other people are complaining to say, I'm losing money.
Yeah.
And others are celebrating that we're heading into the right direction. So it's actually on both sides.
It's on both sides.
Yeah.
You know, it depends on which side of the fence you're sitting in.
Yeah.
Because if you held dollar, you're like, no.
Yeah.
You know, and if you're holding kwacha, you're like, you know.
Yeah. So that's something that we are looking at today in our trending topic. How is it for you, especially for you, those of you that had dollar accounts, those of you that were holding money in dollars? How is it for you right now that dollar is kwacha is appreciating against the dollar? What do you think about it? What is your comment? What is your view? What do you have to say about it? Come through. That's Millennium TV Zambia on Facebook. Make sure that you leave that comment. Make sure that you tell us how this dollar is impacting you. But others are saying that we are seeing dollar, we're seeing kwacha appreciating against the dollar, but yet we are still seeing the same prices in terms of commodities. Commodities are still at the same prices and we're still high, but yet we've seen dollar appreciate. So, rather, kwacha appreciate. So, well, there's so many mixed feelings, there's so many mixed views and opinions about it. So we want to hear from you as well. What do you think about it? Is it the right time? What's really going on? We want to hear from you. We want to hear what you have to say about it, because we do have a lot of people that saying, other people are actually congratulating the fact that other people are happy that the kwacha is now gaining strength. Other people are sad that we're losing money. So we want to know how you feel about it, what you're saying about it. Let us know what it is. Let us know how this is impacting you.
Yeah, so I have a comment here. Yeah. I was just trying, there was one that I found and I thought it was going to be like awesome, but I can't find it. But anyway, Diana M. Daka says, I don't know why people never gave this man a chance all this while. Anyway, my third vote to him finally got him there. We are going to be one of the best economies in Africa soon. Interesting thought over there. And then there's one I keep looking for, but I can't find it. Okay, so the other one comes from Imelda Mupupa. Still not good because no one will accept to reduce the prices of commodities when they order them very expensive. That will lead to loss making. Otherwise, we shall wait for things to stabilize. Yeah,
as I'm looking at the comments here, I'm seeing a lot of people, actually a lot of people are saying the same thing that just from mentioning right now. Someone is saying that, so this one is Muswe, is saying that dollar is going down, but the prices are still the same everywhere we buy things from. So regardless of how much the kwacha is appreciating against the dollar, or regardless of how dollar is going down, we're still seeing the same commodities as high as they were. And that's what people are saying in the comments section here. And we also want to hear from you. What do you think? What do you think? I think that the analyst yesterday talked about it.
Yes, he did. And actually, in today's article, we have an article, a statement by Sean Temple. If you remember, he was running the race to State House. And he was saying that this appreciation is artificial. It's not genuine, which is interesting, actually. And we have a number of comments. You know, a number of people that think in the similar line. We have somebody who was saying, this is Wadzanga Sichimata. Apart from investor confidence, explain 4 reasons why kwacha is appreciating. He had a number of replies there. Okay, he's saying, well, copper's somebody responded, it's saying, it's popular on the exchange market right now. Copper has also appreciated. So those were a number of thoughts to respond to him. And then we also have some other comments. So this is Inambao Luvinda saying, someone is saying at the Bank of Zambia, they want to, saying that the Bank of Zambia want to impress President-elect Hakainde Hichilema, Komashon Tembo alina problem na economics, sure. Yeah.
That's some of the comments that are coming through on Facebook right there. But remember, this is a pulse that comes to you every day. That's at 14 and we go all the way to 16. Just bringing you what's currently going on in today's news, current affairs, and everything concerning what's going on in Zambia, as well as bringing some entertainment. As you saw there, we did bring Baddest M, who is actually having an event, as well as talked about SMEs and how business can fare during the transition period. We did bring Mr. Peter Nawa, from BongoHive, who had a lot of things to explain about SMEs and how they can run their businesses, and if it's safe to do business as we speak. So this is the pulse here on Millennium TV. Like I said, we're going to bring it to you every day, and we also have a platform where you business people can come and market your businesses. So make sure that if you're a business person, go on Millennium TV Zambia. Make sure that you drop your items, drop your goods, drop your products on this platform so that we get to market your businesses.
Yeah, yes indeed. Can I read one more comment?
Please do.
Okay, so we have a comment as well from Frank, and this is what we were saying yesterday as well in our interview, where people that want to import, this is what they want. They want to see a kwacha that is stronger against the dollar so they can import more. So in that line, Frank Shangano says, this is really good news. Let the dollar reach 10 kwacha so that we can buy a second-hand Land Cruiser from Japan. So he's already getting ready to import and buy that dream car, if it's a dream car, but I think it usually is a dream car. Yeah. It's functional and, you know, awesome. So people are getting ready to import. Somebody else says, let it reach 5 kwacha so that I can buy my camera. So, you know, it's really buzzing. It's really buzzing. This story is buzzing. A lot of people, however, on social media are just generally, when you read the comments, they are relating this appreciation to President-elect Hakainde Hichilema.
Yeah, but those are some of the comments that are coming through on today's trending topic, which is to do with kwacha and its appreciating against dollar. So go through, like I always say, man, go through our social media platforms and make sure that you leave a comment there. I want to hear from you. Those of you who are watching, to make sure that you get to participate, get to be part of the show by leaving a comment that on that platform at Millennium TV Zambia. But this has been the pulse here on Millennium TV, channel 95 on Topstar, as well as our social media platforms at Millennium TV Zambia on Facebook, Twitter, as well as YouTube. My name is Prince Malpande.
And I am Matilda Chungu. Awesome to have you. Thanks for making us be welcoming us into your home and being part of our show. We are more than excited to be here with you.
Yeah, until tomorrow, until Monday rather.
Hey.
Yeah.
Saturday.
Well,
it's Saturday. Tomorrow is Saturday. So until Monday, guys, we will see you soon with trending stories, hot topics, and also exciting interviews. So see you then.
God bless.
Bye-bye.
Isafu yani kwasha 50 ngwe inakwenda pa kwasha atwala mwana olo ine natwala ero pano pamene munuona ndine wito ine nyafa asa nitsungira bana ni ndani
ishala ichi mwandiri mwanete kulisira iyi siriko bwino bayinzi so bama